Keychron has been in the keyboard scene for quite some time, and its latest product, the Keychron Q1, is really the company's most exciting keyboard to date. Not only does it have features only typically found on enthusiast-level keyboards, it also offers pretty good value for money. Of course, the Q1 does have some shortcomings here and there, but for Keychron's first attempt at a keyboard that's meant to appeal to the custom mechanical keyboard folks, it's a commendable effort. Keep on watching this review to find out if it is worth considering. Let's start this review by going through the Q1's list of features. First of all, it is a 75% pre-built keyboard. As mentioned, it also has features that are usually only found on enthusiast-level keyboards. These include a gasket mounting system, a full CNC aluminum case, an aluminum plate, a hot swap PCB with south-facing LEDs and VR support out of the box, as well as screw-in stabilizers made by Gateron. As you're watching this review, the Q1 is available for pre-order on Keychron.com for $149, which is the barebone kit, or $169 for the fully assembled model. Out of the two, the fully assembled model offers the best value for money because for only $20 more, you're getting Gateron Phantom switches of your choice as well as double-shot ABS keycaps. Now then, let's talk about what makes the Q1 such a good keyboard, starting with its flexible nature. This is thanks to the Q1's gasket mounting system, which offers a soft, comfortable typing experience. It's no exaggeration to say that this is my favorite feature of the Q1. Aside from that, the factory looped Gateron Phantom switches are good too. The Phantom Red switch, for one, is actually quite smooth with very little stamp wobble. The same goes for the Phantom Brown switches, though it is a little bit more scratchy. I'm also quite surprised by how good the Gateron screw-in stabilizers are. They do rattle a little bit out of the box, but for a pre-built keyboard, it's definitely looped quite well. With some proper tuning, I'm sure these stabilizers can be even better. What about the double-shot ABS keycaps that comes with a fully assembled Q1? Well, for the most part, they're quite decent. They are by no means as nice as a proper aftermarket keycap set, but for a stock keycap, for a pre-built keyboard at that, it's definitely above average. The PCB of the Q1 is worth a mention as well. Because it is a hot swap PCB, I can change to different switches as and when I want to very easily. It also supports VR right out of the box, so just connect the Q1 to your PC, launch the VR software, and you can change the mapping of the keyboard very seamlessly. So what are the qualities of the Q1 that I like? Well, the badge for one is a nice personalization, though there is a hot swap socket underneath it, so if you don't want the badge, you can easily remove it and use it as a key instead. The provided coiled cable with an aviator connector is quite nice as well, even if it's just a normal sleeved cable. So with all of these features in mind, the $149 starting price of the Q1 is really quite competitive. Although the Keychron Q1 has a lot of good stuff going for it, it also has one big shortcoming that could be a deal breaker to some folks. It doesn't have a very pleasant sound profile. Out of the box, the Q1 has very noticeable case ping, especially on the enter key as well as the backspace. This is the sacrifice of having so much flex on the Q1 because the gaskets themselves are actually very soft. It's worth noting that the Q1 actually has 8 cutouts for the gaskets, but only 4 of them are installed with gaskets out of the box. Keychron does provide 10 extra strips of gaskets to be installed on the other plates, so we did just that, and as a result, the case ping is eliminated quite a bit. If you really listen closely, you can still hear some of the pinging, and the flexibility of the board is reduced a little bit as well. On top of that, with the pinging mostly gone with all of the gaskets installed, you can really hear the hollowness of the Q1 as well. Now, Keychron is aware of how hollow the Q1 sounds, so they are bundling extra bottom foam to compensate for this. Unfortunately, our review unit did not come with this foam, so we can't test it out for ourselves. All in all, is the Keychron Q1 worth it then? Well, although it doesn't have a very pleasant sound profile out of the box, it still provides excellent value for the money. Besides that, the Q1 has a lot of modding potential too. After all, one of the biggest draws of the custom keyboard hobby is the customizations that we do. I reckon by installing more foam or using denser gaskets to isolate the plate even more from the case, the sound profile of the Q1 can be improved. With all of this in mind, the Keychron Q1 is really a good first custom keyboard to get into the hobby without putting too much strain on your wallet. As usual, we will leave you guys with a sound test of the Keychron Q1. There are a total of 3 different configurations here. The first configuration is the Q1 completely stock with Gateron Phantom Brown switches. The one after that is with the same switches, but we've installed all of the gaskets onto the plate. The final sound test, on the other hand, is with all of the gaskets installed with SP Star switches and GMK Fuyu keycap set. This will give you a good idea of how high-end switches and keycaps can change the sound profile of the Q1. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and always stay tuned for more good stuff to come here on this channel and nextuse.com.